Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. Today I am visiting with my great friend from the Miley Agency, Mallory Beard. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I tell you, the Miley Agency, if you need any insurance, you all cover the whole spectrum. I was just having a sidebar with you before we got started, and we were talking about events. And oftentimes, a lot of the nonprofits, when they have annual events, they don't understand that they should be getting some type of insurance if it's
Absolutely.
out in a public place.
Correct.
All right, so today I want you to share our traditional insurance that everybody should have, life insurance, because I already told you how I felt about that. We need life insurance because we're not going to buy iPhones and all of those expensive sneakers, and then we need a GoFundMe. I don't care if it's my relatives, friends, or whoever, I just can't do that. Because, you know, I'm old school. I told you, you know, and my grandmother used to have the policy man, and he would come on the circuit, and she would keep the insurance up on a nail, and she would have her money tied up in a handkerchief set aside for the policy man. So that was good teaching. You know, and I think we kind of got away from that as we got too modern, you know, here in the South. So we need life insurance.
Oh, absolutely.
So share with our audience when we should start getting life insurance. Soon as we have our children, soon as they have a social security number, how does that work?
Well, ideally, when they're born.
Okay.
Because a child can be insured 15 days after birth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So at 15 days old,
15 days old,
we
is
need
when
to be
you should
getting our
lock it
life
in.
insurance.
Because number one, you don't know what health issues that child may have in the near future or far future.
Okay.
Which may make them uninsurable or rated where it's going to cost them a lot more money.
See, no one ever explained that. So wisdom says insure them in the after the 15th day, which is 16, the 16th day, because if they have a pre-existing at birth, or should they get sick later, then the premium could be too high and you can't afford it, or they can't even get the insurance.
Correct.
Okay. See, every time I learn something, and that's what we want to do, make sure that we're informing our viewers. That's important information. And so with our young college people, once, of course, I had a policy for my son, and then he got a certain whole life. So he got a certain age, and they was like, well, the owner of the policy is whatever. Well, I'm the owner of the policy. I'm going to keep on being the owner of the policy. And so we find that some people discontinue or cash it in or something like that. That's not wise.
No.
We need to continue that even if they pass it over to the person, because I'm not passing mine over, because I'm going to be a prepared mother. I pray that he will bury his father and I, but the road in life, like you said, we don't know.
Correct.
So I'm going to have that just in case. So your advice is what with our college students?
Well, even with any of our children, you know, the earlier you do it, the better.
Right.
You know, like I said, ideally you do it when they're a baby.
Right.
But some of us haven't gotten that wisdom or that knowledge. But,
Right.
you know, as long as they're, you know, under you, you should get insurance as quickly as possible.
And keep it.
While they're insured. You want to teach them, and you want to leave a legacy for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Leave a legacy.
Leave a legacy for them. You don't want them to be the owner of the policy until they're of majority age, when they're responsible.
Okay. And they're responsible.
And they're responsible.
Because just because they go to college,
that doesn't make them responsible.
it doesn't make them responsible. No, I just want to say that because someone said to me, well, they're in college, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. You have to get to a point where you are managing the things you need to be managing, not going out and door dashing all of this exotic food, sushi and all of that, and then you need to call home because you need gas money for your car as a college student. So when they are responsible, not just because they are a college student.
Right.
Okay.
And hopefully they've had interaction with an advisor of some sort at that point that will teach them the basics of financial planning, because they don't teach you that in college.
They don't, and they should.
The fundamentals. You have to have an emergency fund.
Okay, emergency fund.
You have to have an emergency fund. And the importance of how life insurance fits into your estate plan overall. Because there's different types of life insurance. There's term, there's whole life, there's universal life, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so I know about term, because in the old days, here I go. Of course, you're a mature guy yourself. I had a relative that had term, had paid more. Term, it was like decreasing. And then when he passed away in a rural county near here, the policy wasn't worth anything. And so the family, because I'm just the cousin, thought that he had this insurance policy. Yes, the paperwork was there, but it didn't have any value.
It had decreased.
It had decreased. And it was like, well, he paid it, he was faithful, but it was nothing there to bury him. So when you have the term, you have to understand that term is different from whole life, yes, and then what's universal?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the term. There's different types of term as well.
Is it?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few. So again, this is where it's important to
know
work
the
with
difference.
somebody that
Right.
knows the difference and how to design the program to customize your family.
Okay.
Because
So it's
everyone
not
is
a one.
different.
It's no one size fits all.
Exactly.
Really?
Okay? That's like saying, for my size shoe should fit everyone.
Everybody,
It's
right.
not going to fit.
Right. Right.
So-
So I didn't know that. See, now I learned something else. There are different types of term. See, I just knew it's like you don't want term, you want whole life, because when you get to the end and you need to call the mortuary, you need to have some money, because funerals are not cheap. They really aren't. But those were the things that we learned from our grandparents way back.
Absolutely.
But you're saying our new generation, they need to be sitting down with financial planners
Yes.
and people that understand.
the program and know how to customize these products to fit your situation and how to do an analysis for each family.
Okay.
So
you all do the analysis for each family?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You don't know how much insurance you need. People just pour numbers out of the air.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, and they think they pick that number and think it's a lot.
They think it's a lot.
They think it's a
but
lot.
when you actually do an analysis, it opens your eyes.
Okay.
And it helps you to understand why you need a combination of different types of insurance to fit your needs and your goals.
We need a combination of various insurances to meet our needs and our goals.
That's correct.
All right, that's a good place to stop. What we're going to do is go to our first break to our sponsors. We'll be right back. Okay. We'll be right back after a word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery for professional framing and decorative art, located in Lake Bottom, 1325 17th Street, or call 706-324-3823. And welcome back to Straightforward. I am visiting with my awesome friend, Mallory Beard from the Miley Agency, and I learned something again today. There are different types of term insurance. And I just remember term, as I was telling you, with my cousin who paid that policy that was hanging on that nail in a rural county near here. And the day that he died, it was a shock to people. And so, but you're saying that we should have multiple types of insurance that fit our goals and what our family makeup is.
Correct.
And yeah, we all might wear a size 7 shoe, but the shoe don't even walk the same. So it needs to be customized.
Correct.
And so at the Miley Agency, when they come and see you, or Gerald, anybody on the team, then that's what you all look at, all of their personal stuff.
Correct. Correct. We probe by asking personal questions because your goals may be different from your neighbor's goals.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
This type of college and education you may want to provide for your children may be different from your neighbors.
Right, because they might be going to Harvard, and I want mine to go to Albany State because I'm an Albany State person.
There you go.
Exactly, and that's 2 different needs.
2 different needs, 2 different costs.
Okay.
So when you're making those plans, you have to take that in consideration. Not only that, but you also look at it, is this a permanent need or a temporary need?
Okay, see?
Well, hopefully your children are going to graduate at some point, right?
Right.
So that's a temporary need. If I need enough life insurance to make sure my child gets through college in case I die,
Exactly.
that's a temporary need, because
Okay.
once that need is satisfied, I
Right.
no longer need that life insurance.
Isn't that something?
So that's where the term insurance would fit in.
Okay. So, and it's not the decreasing term that we knew
No.
about in the old rule days.
No, now the decreasing term was mostly set towards home mortgages. The
Okay.
idea was as your mortgage decreased,
Okay.
the death benefit decreased.
Oh, really?
So by the time, you're at the end of your 30-year mortgage, if it was a 30-year decreasing term,
right.
there is no value left.
Ah, see,
Okay.
and that's not wise.
Okay?
Okay.
So
See,
that's
and
what-
nobody ever explained that because remember, old days, you had the gentleman that came around in the car and it was never explained, and people just understood it as being a burial policy in case I die. But that's not what we're doing
Well,
in this
the
industry
truth
now.
be told, we weren't taught that as those agents that were going around collecting those quarters and nickels.
Right.
They weren't taught that.
Okay.
So they were not the messenger.
I got you. So
Okay.
they were not there to educate and inform.
Exactly.
Right.
They were
just
there
collecting money.
to do the job of what they were peddled to do.
Now I feel some way about that, Mr. Beard. So that was just another sales circuit.
It's a sales circuit.
That's what it was.
Okay.
And so with you all, you are trying to help people to build the futures.
Right. We look at your whole package, your retirement. You help me with your retirement planning, your estate planning, because.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
And estate planning is very important.
Absolutely.
And you can't just leave things out there floating. You have to start educating our community on that. People don't want to have those hard conversations, but you got to have them. And then you have to, and especially where you have multiple siblings in a family, you got to make a decision on who's going to be the driver of the car.
Right.
And it's important to make sure that the driver is a good driver.
Yeah. It's really sad to see the families that are torn apart
Right.
at the death of their parents.
Right.
Because they're fighting over the estate.
And exactly. And so
because
you all
nothing
help
was
with
put
that.
in place,
Nothing was put in place, but you all can do that at the Miley Agency to help them be
Yes.
very clear.
Yes.
And then it's not about, how we feel, favoritism. Sometimes it has to be the person who might be
most responsible.
most responsible or stable. Because some people are very emotional, and usually parents know who their children are the ones that will show up or not show up.
Absolutely.
Right. So the nonprofit insurance, for the nonprofits that are having community events, what is that called? Because I keep telling people that's dangerous when you're doing a big community event and it's not covered by insurance, whether it's a football camp or whatever.
Well, strangely enough, event insurance will get you the job done.
Really?
Yeah, just
Is that
call
very
in and say-
expensive?
No, not at all. Just call
It's a
in
one-time thing?
Yeah,
It's for one?
It's usually one day, one afternoon, couple hours, 4 hours, depending on what the event is.
Okay.
Now, if alcohol is served, it costs more because you need liquor liability.
Okay.
Okay. But if alcohol isn't served, it's very, very affordable.
Okay.
And a lot of venues are requiring you to carry that now.
Right.
You know, if you rent their space. So.
Right. Yeah, and that's important. So when we're doing summer camps, and whether you have a lot of professional athletes will come back and they do those, that requires that insurance. That's different from when we have the football classics and we're going to have alcohol present or something like that.
Right, that's different.
Right, and so that's two different things. But whether you have in the football camp or the citywide field day, you still need.
It's wise to have it.
You have to. It's wise to have it, and it's for that one day.
Correct.
And it's not. You don't have to have it for the whole year.
No.
Okay.
No.
And it's customized on the event. It's not like, well, if you have an event, it's going to cost you $10,000. It's not that.
It's customized.
It is customized as well. No, because I caution people, because we live now, you know, if you use baby powder, you'll see on TV later, people, you could be sued for that, you know?
Correct.
And so we want to make sure that we are covering people. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to our break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Columbus Pediatrics GA, working together to build lifelong relationships between our staff and patients by consistently providing compassion, excellence, and value with 2 locations. The Old Town office at 3580 Massey Lane, Suite F, 706-596-8667. The Midtown office, 1900 11th Avenue, Suite A, 706-323-3400, ColumbusPediatricsGA.com. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy. The Miley Agency, Gerald Miley and his team can assist you in every aspect of your insurance needs. Call today for your free quote at 706-996-2045 or visit themiley.agency.com. New Horizons Behavioral Health, building better lives in the Chattahoochee Valley, providing services to persons with mental illness, developmental disabilities, and addictive diseases. Located in the Health and Human Services Building, 2100 Comer Avenue, Columbus, or call 706-596-5500. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this very important visit with the amazing Mr. Mallory Beard from the Miley Agency. And every time I get with some of these great business people, I learn something. It's important to be educated and informed on everything that impact our personal lives and our family members. And so people, please, we cannot stress it enough. For those of you that's on social media, you see it all the time, where we have young people dying in accidents and other types of situations, and then we see these GoFundMes on Facebook. And we got to do better. We can't buy everything we want and then not be prepared. We hope bad things don't happen, but we have to be proactive. And so, Mr. Beard, you were saying that there is not a one-size-fits-all. And in the break, we were having this great conversation about what John Q. Public should be looking at outside of the term. Now, I know we got decrease in term, which was created for matching up with the mortgage.
Correct.
You had the blessing of seeing behind the curtain, so you understand insurance from a higher level, from the financial part of that. And so what's those pearls of wisdom? Because I asked you about whole life, and you said, well, it was actually started for industry, which is not what you're talking about with managing and preparing for your future. That's 2 different things.
Correct.
So first, educate me on the whole life, because you know I'm old school Southern girl. So I was taught, you better buy whole life insurance. So how did whole life come about? Then I want you to give us those pearls of wisdom about understanding the financial part of it.
Okay, well, first of all, there's two types of whole life policies.
See, I didn't know that, Mr. Beard. Okay.
And the one that was mostly introduced to our culture was industrial policies.
Industrial policies.
And those are the ones where you saw the insurance guy drive over every week collecting the nickels and quarters for that $1,000 death benefit or that $5,000 death benefit for our grandmothers.
Yeah, she tied it up in a handkerchief and then pinned it on her duster.
Well, those that were the type of products that were basically marketed and solicited to the black community.
Really?
And the return on those policies was nil.
Was nothing.
I mean, if you lived over the years, you generally not only paid the death benefit,
right?
Okay, but the cash value never came close
to the money you had paid in,
put into it. But it was better than nothing.
Than not having anything to bury yourself.
I always say some insurance is better than nothing.
Some insurance is better than nothing. I'm with you on that,
Absolutely.
Mr. Beard. For whatever your budget, because you might can't afford $1 million policy.
Correct.
But you can start with $25,000 if that's all your budget will allow.
Absolutely.
And then over time, you can go up higher.
Correct.
If your health and situation, finances allow that.
Right.
Okay, all right.
And so then there you have your traditional whole life, which was marketed to the rest of the population.
Oh, so they had one for us and one for the other people.
Yes.
What'd you say?
And basically that one performed better, but still not as great as the insurance companies was making money off of it.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Are those the ones they could borrow money off of?
you can do that on any of the
all right.
permanent policies.
Okay, permanent policies is where you can borrow money from.
Right. And
Okay.
that includes whole life, universal life, variable universal life, index, any type of permanent policy allows you to borrow against it.
Okay.
Now the universal products give you the opportunity to withdraw from it as well, so it's a little more flexible.
Really?
And those are the newer products that are out.
But we didn't have the luxury of those back in the day.
No.
So they had a whole life for us, and then a whole life for the other population.
Industrial policy for us.
What'd you say? Okay. I learned something. That's why I like smart people, because you can always learn something. So in all of your experience, professional, you got to peek behind that financial curtain.
Yes.
And so that's how you're able to take that expertise and help us today build better insurance portfolios.
Correct.
Okay. So in the sidebar, we were saying, just give us a hypothetical. Say we have two old people, two senior citizens that stayed in your same house, you know, no minor dependents or anything like that. You do have insurance, different types, even with your employment, you know, besides that you got a separate, as we say, policy, all of that. What do you suggest? And you're a homeowner and all of that, just hypothetically.
Okay.
You should be looking at what?
Well, again, everyone's situation is different, and this is why we encourage all of our clients to come in for an annual review.
Annual review?
So that we can dig into your goals and your expectations.
And see what changed.
And see what changed.
An annual review, that's like going to the doctor.
Absolutely.
For an annual checkup. I never knew that.
Absolutely.
I thought
things change in your life.
You're right.
You put things in place and you can't just put it in the drawer and forget it.
Well, that's what most of us do until now you just told us. Because what? We are programmed to go to the doctor annually and get a checkup. But we're not doing an annual checkup on our insurance and our insurance portfolio.
And you should be.
And we should be. See, that's why I like the smart people. Okay. And so when we go there, like you said, something might change in a year.
Right, and what we have to look at is, you know, what is your retirement years looking like? You know, how has the environment changed that may impact your retirement?
Okay.
You know,
and that kid might have graduated from Harvard, so you don't need all of that anymore.
Right.
So then you can adjust that.
Yeah, everything has to be adjusted. Okay? You know, do you have an estate tax problem now?
Ooh, Lord, don't talk about that. See, that's something people need to understand. Because sometimes if people die and leave you something, you need to understand what that means. So you all help them with understanding that as well.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
And the best way to tackle it with the least amount of expense out of pocket.
The best way to tackle it is what?
The least amount of money out of pocket.
The least amount of money out of
And
pocket.
what we try to teach you is that you make money by using other people's money.
All right, you make money by using other people's money.
That's the trick.
That's the trick. And so because you were able to peek behind that curtain on your professional career, nothing illegal about it, but it was just the work experience and the exposure.
Right.
And so now you've been able to bring all of those skills to the Miley Agency.
That's correct.
So does that mean that when I come and have you look at mine and you're going to figure out how I could get a villa in the south of France?
That's what your goal is.
If that's what my goal is, you're going to help me figure it out, Mr. Beard.
We're going to get you there.
We're going to get there. Okay, so tell people where you're located, how they can find you. Do they need to make an appointment? Just tell them everything, because you all sell all insurances. You got personal insurance, got it for their businesses.
Yes.
We have it for events.
Correct.
And then we're going to help with the estate.
Estate planning.
Estate planning.
We have people there that does Medicare.
Oh, Medicare. I saw you that commercial. And so a lot of folks that's reaching that retirement age, not really sure how that works, because it could be a very complicated process. So you have a subject matter expert on site there now.
That's correct.
And then you're going to help us figure out how I can get that villa in the south of France over there on the financial side.
Exactly.
Okay, see, I believe you can help me do it.
So we're at 4903 Armour Road.
4903 Armour Road.
At the corner of 49th Street. You can just call our office at 706-996-2045 and set up an appointment with Mr. Beard. And from there, I will help you get directed to the right agents that can take care of your particular problem or solution.
Well, I know it's excellence at the Miley Agency, and I thank you all so much for supporting Straightforward every time, whether it's with Gerald or some of your other team members. I'm always learning something, and that is how we get better. And it helps us to manage our personal lives, our finances, and our family matters. And we have to get on top of that in our community, because we are culturally, we have been behind.
Yes.
We got to catch up. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing all that great stuff, and you'll be seeing me.
Gloria, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Oh, no, we'll do it
pleasure.
again. Yes, we'll do it again, because I got to get that villa in France.
All right, you got to do it.
All right, thank you. This has been Straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.